What's up gamers, today we're going to be talking about who you should pull for in version 4.2. Keep in mind we're only going to be talking about the first half, which will be Furina and Baizhu. We're going to be talking about their kits, weapons, banner value, and so much more. So since I hate long intros, and I know you probably do too, let's get straight into the video. So first we have the Hydro Archon Furina, who can fill out the role of being a sub DPS character, a buffer, and a healer. Her being able to have all these three factors in her kit already makes her sound like an amazing unit, but is she really? Well, let's see. She has two stances which can be switched into one another using her normal attacks. One of her stances is her Ozia stance and the other is her Numa stance. Her Ozia stance makes her summon creatures that deal damage to enemies. Her Numa stance is pretty simple. When she's in this stance, she will do Numa damage and her skill will heal allies. When you use her elemental skill, she will do damage that scales off her max HP. If she's in her Numa stance, she heals the active character, and when she's in her Ozia stance, she summons pets that deal damage based off her max HP. These pets also drain all party members' HP. Her elemental burst deals damage based on her max HP and provides a universal revelry state to the team. This makes every 1% HP change to a fanfare stack. This stack increases her damage bonus for all allies. This is why draining HP is pretty important in Furina's kit. Her first passive allows Furina to heal all allies by 4% of their max HP, but this happens only if the on-field character has been healed by someone other than Furina. Her other Ascension passive increases the damage of her skill for every 1000 HP that she has, and the buff for her healing is a 16% decrease in healing intervals. It's a really good buff, but caps at 40,000 HP. If you've been farming Golden Troop, she needs that set and a whole bunch of HP, crit damage, and ER. Well, that's the general idea for Furina and what she does, but let's move on to the mystical snake dude, Baizhu. Baizhu is an off-field Dendro healer that applies little but enough Dendro and heals a lot. His skill applies some Dendro and heals all party members. His burst creates a Dendro shield that heals the active character when it disappears, and it does damage to enemies as well. His first passive makes it so that he heals more when the active character has HP less than 50%, but if their HP is higher than 50%, he gets a Dendro damage bonus increase. With his second passive, whenever a character gets healed by his shield, they will get a reaction damage bonus for every 1000 HP Baizhu has. Keep in mind that the reaction damage bonus is just Dendro related. So since he's a Dendro healer that scales off HP, his best in slot set is Deepwood Memories because it helps him provide a more supportive role to the team. And this is preferable over the other sets because he heals a significant amount already. So with this set helping him with his supportive role is very helpful. For his substat and stat priorities, it should be HP and energy recharge for more uptime on his burst. That's it for Baizhu, and I hope that provides you with at least some knowledge on his kits. If you want to know even more knowledge, check out my video where I talked about everything you need to know about Baizhu. Also, I hope you're enjoying this video and finding it helpful, and if you are, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and join my Discord to support me, as I am a small creator and you doing this would help me a lot. But you don't have to if you think I'm not worth your subscription. And if you feel that way, I'm about to switch it up as we talk about if you should pull for these two characters. Let's start with Furina. So since she can fill out the slot of being a consistent Hydra applier, we can assume that she's gonna be good in a lot of teams that need a Hydra unit. She drains your team's HP, so you will need to pair Furina with another healer. But depending on how much she heals, you might be able to run her as a solo sustainer, but you'll end up losing a lot of damage if she's only in her healing mode. But this can be fixed if out of 3 rotations, one of them needs Furina to be switched to her healing state to heal the team, and then switch back to her damage state. But in my opinion, I think that Furina is going to be an amazing pulling choice for most people, just because of how much she brings to the table, and I have high hopes on how much damage she can actually do. I think she might be able to put out as much damage as Xingqiu and Yelan. Now Baizhu is actually an amazing healer. Some people might say if you have Yao Yao you don't need Baizhu, but that's not the case. Yao Yao doesn't provide as much to the table as Baizhu. His shields can be very helpful at times, and on top of that he heals an absurd amount. Running him with Alhaitham helps him do a lot of damage with his passive and Danger Resonance and with Deepwood Memories, and overall I think that Furina and Baizhu are going to be a great pulling option for your account. If you need a sub DPS or a good 5-star Hydra unit, definitely go for Furina, because there's some 4-star healers that could fit in for Baizhu as you wait for him to have another rerun. Because personally, I see Furina as a character that can bring an insane amount of value to your account. But now let's move on to the weapon banner. Let's talk about Furina's weapon, Splendor of Tranquil Waters. As a main stat, this weapon gives 88.2 crit damage, and what this weapon does is that when the equipping character's HP increases or decreases, their elemental elemental skill damage will be increased by 8% for 6 seconds, stacking at a max of 3 times every 0.2 seconds. And when other party members' HP increases or decreases, the person equipped with this weapon will have a 12% increase in max HP for 6 seconds. This can be triggered once every 0.2 seconds even if the wielder is off field. As you can see, it's mainly focused on increasing the wielder's max HP and skill damage, proving how beneficial it will be for Furina. The crit damage that it gives you is just an insane amount, making it very easy and helpful to build Furina. Now for Baizhu's weapon. It gives 49.6 HP as a main stat at level 90. In simple terms, it gives him some energy recharge. And based on how much HP Baizhu or the wielder has, they gain an elemental damage bonus. So in my mind, I see this being used on Kokomi. Now for the big question. Should you pull on this weapon banner? Now, weapon banners are generally just a scam, but it all depends on if you want the weapon and if you have the primos for it. In this case, I would say don't summon in this weapon banner, because you don't really need these weapons for their abilities, but if you need the almost 50% HP on Baizhu's weapon, I still don't advise going for it, and if you need the 88% crit damage on Furina's weapon, I guess you can go for it. But keep in mind, if you get Baizhu's weapon when you're pulling for Furina's, it's definitely going to be a huge loss. Anyways, lastly, we've got the team section. Furina can obviously be run in a lot of teams. A triple vaporize with Hu Tao would be good because Hu Tao drains her own HP. And the other 3 hydros could be there to support her with applying a lot of hydro and doing a lot of damage. I'm thinking that you could run her in a Bloom team, but I also think she can work well with a lot of Fontaine characters. The ones we have now and future characters, because it seems like all the Fontaine characters have an HP draining mechanic. She can probably be run in a lot more teams, but we'll see when she comes out. Baizhu is mainly run in a Nalhatham and Sino team, but hyper carry Baizhu is also a thing. If you need a healer in a Bloom team, Baizhu could help fill out that role. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. Don't forget to join my Discord to help support me, and thanks for watching. Bye.